process. It is always said process is more important than results. So if you say the process is more important than results, there's a huge reason behind it. So we cannot achieve consistent results, we cannot achieve sustainable results if we do not have a consistent process which leads to a desired result. If we want to have a desired result, we need to have a consistent best practice process. And in supply chain analytics, this is the most important thing. We cannot deviate from process. If you deviate from process, you will get puzzled up. When we do any work, what is the reason of doing the work? Suppose if I belong to a team, and if I have to do a work, before doing the work, I have to convince my top management. I have to communicate it to my peers. I have to make it understand to my lower management, people who work under me. So if I have to convince my top management, if I have to communicate it to my peers, and if I have to convince my lower management, I need to have the total understanding about the project, what I'm doing, why I'm doing, what are the benefits of doing, how I'm measuring the objective, how I'm measuring the objective, right? So and I have to also know how to understand the results, how to interpret the results. If the results are not as per desired, how to transform the project, and how to do transformation is a part of simulation. If you do simulation properly, you can transform your project, and based upon that, you'll get some results, and those results have to be interpreted. And after that interpretation, we need to communicate those results to the top management or peers and the lower management. So this requires a total understanding about the process. If you do not have the understanding about the process, it is very difficult to communicate to our top management in a way we convince them to accept the project. It is very difficult to convince our peers to actually communicate and take the support of them. At the same time, it's very difficult to make the lower management understand the project, because those are the people who are going to execute the project, or people who execute the project. They need to understand what is the project. And if they need to understand what is the project, then we need to understand what is the project. We cannot go anywhere blindly. We need to understand what is the project. And that understanding is what we need to percolate, transfer, share to our upper management, peers, and our lower management. Right? So in supply chain analytics, you cannot move, you cannot start the project without taking the process into consideration. You have to take the process into consideration. If you do not have the process into consideration, you will not be able to derive the business performance. Business performance cannot be just achieved with numbers. Business performance has to be achieved with the support of the people. And take the support of the people or the stakeholders, in a proper process way. Or else we cannot achieve the success of the statistical project or analytical project to the business performance. We cannot convert the understanding, or that we cannot convert a successful analytics project into a business result or business success until unless we have the particular understanding of what we are doing in the analytics project. So this is very important skill of grabbing that particular analytics process. And this is more than a skill. This is mindset. This is a mindset which we need to occupy, and this mindset will come only after a period of time and through mentoring. And if you have a good experimentation appetite, if you have a good research appetite, you don't need mentor, because you yourself can train your mind based upon the experimentations. Right? So experimentation is what is going to build your understanding, is build your understanding on the analytics projects. So let us discuss. I have tried to make you understand why going with a process is important in supply chain analytics, and how and where, in which areas we need this process. Work is not a work, project is not a project. It's all about communication also. because we are working in a team and we have to achieve results within a team, taking a team along. And if you want to take a team along with you, then only you can get the results, success. And for that, we need to properly communicate our ideas, our methods, our results, our interpretation of results, right? And how to plan to achieve consistent results is something is a very, very important things we need to consider while actually deriving the project. So let me take you to the supply chain analytics project, right? What is supply chain analytics process? We should always start supply chain analytics process with objective. And when you derive the objective, we have to carefully frame that objective. If you're deriving the objective, means you're deriving the problem statement. And if you're deriving the problem statement, that problem statement must be analyzed, maybe 100 times or 1,000 times. Because whatever you define, the way you define the problem statement is the results will mostly likely orient with the problem statement, right? Suppose if you have poor on if you're not able to deliver the products to the customer on time, okay, so where is the problem? How do you think that where is the problem? So you need to define the problem statement. Where is the problem, right? Okay, I know that my deliveries are not 100%, but what is the problem? Why we are not able to deliver the product to the customer on time? If we have our inventory turns, which is very, very low, of course we have a problem. What is the reason why we having this problem? There will be many causes of this problem. So you need to understand the problem statement very well based upon the causes. So you need to understand the causes to define your problem statement. So the objective, when you define your objective or your problem statement, you must carefully design your problem statement, because this is the entire journey of the supply chain analytics will be oriented towards a particular problem statement, right? So what is the problem statement? Why you choose this problem statement? What are the benefits of choosing this problem statement? Those three things we need to analyze. Then fourth point is how you define, how we measure this problem statement. Whatever is objective, what is the problem statement, how you measure, what is a function, what is the optimization function, what is a formula, what is the formula you're going to use. So formula is a very important aspect of the problem statement. Means how you measure, what is the way you are measuring this problem statement. That is what you need to take into account. Four steps. First, what is the problem statement? Why this is a problem statement? What are the benefits of the problem statement? And how you measure, means you have to have a formula here. The fourth step. Fifth step, now you will choose multiple methods to actually understand, or to quantify the causes and relate that with the objective, right? So multiple methods you are going to take into account, and from those multiple methods you get multiple results, and you have to prioritize, or you have to select the top three solutions from those, whatever number 10 or 10 or 11 or 12 solutions, whatever you're going to choose. From them you have to choose the top three solutions, right? Now once you have the top three solutions, now what you will do, you will try to optimize. You try to optimize your, the entire objectives based on the cause effect relationship. Then from that optimization, you're going to select the the one solution among those three, which gives you the most optimized solution. Then you interpret the results. So how you're going to take the results, how you're going to interpret the results, is actually is related to the business strategy formulations. The way, the interpretation of the results is most important of the statistical project, because you will be creating your business strategies based upon those interpretation of the outcomes from the statistical algorithms. Now you have to design your strategies, and you have to work with your upper management, your peers, and your people who work under you. Work with them and frame an action plan, frame an execution plan, and then improve your business performance one by one. And once you find the improvement, control it. Once you find the business improvement, control it. So this process is all about, if you heard about Six Sigma process, DMAIC, DMAIC. D stands for define, M stands for measure, A stands for analyze, I stands for improve, and C stands for control. So if you so same process of DMAIC we can apply on the analytics process as well. Of course, when you go to the analysis process, we are going three or four steps more than what Six Sigma does. It's more than what Six Sigma does in the analyze phase. We are doing something more than that, right? But if you, on a nutshell, this is all Six Sigma process. DMAIC. D stands for define, M stands for measure, A stands for analyze, I stands for improve, and C stands for control. That is what we need to do. So if we have that clarity of this entire process, then I think we will be having the control of the project, and we will be able to communicate the project to our upper management, our peers, and the people who work under us, and we can create an execution plan and improve the business performance. So you can either, if the inventory turns are low, you can improve the inventory turns. If the cash to cash cycle time is low, you can improve the cash to cash cycle time. If the on time delivery in full is low, you can improve the on time delivery in full. Like this, you can target, can improve supply chain like anything. You don't need to go to Google, you don't need to go to any academic books. It's completely, you will control, you will define the total analytics. You will control the total supply chain. The supply chain will be on your fingertips. Like you are going to supply chain tower, you're going to be part of supply center of excellence. You're going to lead supply chain tower, you're going to lead supply chain excellence. So that is the kind of power you will get from supply chain analytics. You don't need to go to books. You don't need to go to any Google. You will think, and you will create a content or a solution which will be, which will be a very novel and which will impact your, company's performance. So imagine how strong is a skill, and if you occupy this skill, if you, take this skill and learn this skill, how strong a professional you would be. So, guys, if you want to join any training program on supply chain analytics, you can interact with us and talk with us. We are launching a new training program from 15th of November 2021, and we can assist you. We can assist you in actually, building a skill, right? So please, talk to us. We will be helping you to build your career, right? So from this, I will try. So this is what my agenda was today, to speak to you about the process and how process is going to how process is more important than results in supply chain analytics, and how you can how can you how can you utilize supply chain analytics in deriving your business performance, right? So guys, if you have any questions, you can write to us. We will be helping you in sharing our knowledge on supply chain analytics. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we'll again meet with our new video with new talk chat show very soon. Meanwhile, you take care of yourself and your family and be happy. Thank you very much, guys.